The Las Vegas Raiders are saying they don't want to trade receiver Jacoby Myers. Do you think they really don't, or are the Raiders just saying that to increase what they can get for him? They have a week and a half to get the roster the way they want it. I'd go ahead and get rid of him. He's in the last year of his deal and he's not coming back next year. It doesn't hurt that they just brought a guy in that's still better when healthy too. The Raiders signed receiver Amari Cooper yesterday. Of course you remember him. He's still one of the best route runners in the NFL and still has wheels when healthy. Plus he's a wily vet that can help the young receiver core the Raiders have. I really like the idea of those guys developing with him. He seems pretty happy to be back too. When Cooper came to the Raiders in 2015, he looked like he was on his way to greatness. In his first 2 years in the NFL, he caught 155 passes for 2,223 yards and 11 touchdowns. He and quarterback Derek Carr were an up-and-coming quarterback-receiver duo. In 2017, Cooper was held back by injuries. Then in 2018, he was a part of the roster blow-up along with edge rusher Khalil Mack that yielded him a bunch of first-round picks they no longer have. Cooper went on to have a productive career with the Dallas Cowboys and Cleveland Browns with multiple thousand-yard seasons. Then he started having more injury problems and got traded to the Buffalo Bills. He continued to struggle with the wrist injury he played with, so the Bills saw enough of him and cut him after the season. Now he's a Raider again, and he looks happy to be a Raider this time around. He didn't look too happy after signing his rookie contract. To getting traded and cut combined with being up in age humble him to the point where he just appreciates still being in the NFL, or is he genuinely excited to be a Raider again? Or is it both? Oh, and they asked him about it right away at the presser.
It's a good feeling. Feels like a full circle moment. So I'm excited about the opportunity for sure, and I'm ready to embrace it.
A big portion of his excitement is coming from playing with quarterback Geno Smith and under head coach Pete Carroll.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, starting with the quarterback, he's had a great last couple years. Him and Pete have always had, at least 10 wins everywhere they've been. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I actually came, because winning is so important to me, and then I also see the opportunity. So, yeah.
Facilities matter to Cooper, and in Oakland they had raggedy facilities. That's probably why he was mean-mugging the camera when he first signed. It's a little different in Vegas now.
It's a night and day difference, honestly, in terms of the facility. It's always good to have a great facility, I guess. Guys feel more comfortable with a better facility, so it is of extreme importance, honestly.
Then, of course, he was asked the question of unfinished business coming back to the Raiders.
Yeah, honestly, I always kind of had that in the back of my mind because, when I was drafted here, I felt like the expectations were high. I felt like I did okay, but I always knew, why I was drafted. You draft a guy at top 5, you expect him to come and, really help change the organization. And, I felt like, at times, I showed flashes of doing that, but it wasn't to my expectations. So, like I said, this time around, I feel like I have unfinished business. I definitely see the opportunity, working with Geno to be able to do some great things. So I'm excited about it.
He doubled down on his excitement for playing with Smith.
I'm very excited. It's something about, guys from South Florida, especially him being the quarterback. I think sometimes you just have a great rapport with guys in terms of like timing. Sometimes you could walk into a situation and the timing is automatically there. Today was my first day of practice. Didn't really know if I would practice today, honestly, coming off of a flight. But I'm excited about that, and I think the connection will be there automatically for sure.
Oh, and you knew offensive coordinator Chip Kelly was a factor in there somewhere, right?
I feel good. He's a very dynamic play caller, always has been. Just my first day here, in the install meeting. In terms of the plays that were shown on the board, I already liked what I was seeing, so I'm excited.
And from this, I'm guessing Carroll told him he was going to use him.
Really just two things. One, winning, and two, the opportunity to show what I can still do. I had, a few teams hitting me up, but I felt like this was the perfect opportunity to show that I can. Trust me, I still got some juice left, so I want to show it. And I felt like, this was the opportunity for me to show it.
And this is why he's excited about playing under Carroll.
Yeah, with Pete, I've heard a lot of things about him. I was actually at the Pro Bowl one year where the Seattle coaches were coaching, and I got to get a good feel of his coaching style. A couple of his players were there at the Pro Bowl that year, and they were just telling me about, how practice is, how the organization is and how Pete runs things. So, Pete, I think he texted me before I got here. He was like, "I'm just saying, 20. Believe he said 21 straight years or 23 straight years of 10 plus win seasons." So I definitely get the feel of the winning culture for sure.
This is what I'm excited about. What's he gonna bring to those young receivers?
Yeah, just leadership. I always been the type of guy to lead by example. I do want to work on leading vocally as well because I believe when you marry the two together, that's the best form of leadership. So, like I said, years go by fast. I mean, I'm in year 11 now. You got a couple rookies in the room, so I'll be glad to kind of, show them, a couple of the tricks of the trade because, there are nuances to the game on this level. So I'm excited about that.
He talked about his growth since the last time he was with the Raiders.
A lot, this NFL thing has definitely been a journey. It has its ups and downs for sure. But you just got to keep fighting, keep going, keep pushing. When I was here at the Raiders the first time, it was like we my first year we didn't perform very well, but then the next year it seemed like we were winning every game, until Derek Carr got hurt at the end of the season. So it was ups and downs, but I learned how to handle it better, I would say.
Then someone had to get all sentimental and ask him what his best memory with the Raiders is.
Best memory? That's a good question. I would just say just the camaraderie of guys. Like we had a great group of guys. Still talk to a lot of those guys to this day. Obviously, the year we made the playoffs, it sticks out to me because I felt like we really had a chance. And then just the big games are gonna always stick out. So I would say that too.
And his message to Raider Nation.
Yeah, I mean, just that I'm glad to be back, and I'm gonna do everything I can to, put my best foot forward to go out there and dominate.
Dominate. That's exactly what I want to hear. Amari Cooper is back. How do you like it? I love it. Like I said before, he's still one of the best route runners in the NFL, and he's still fast. The only way this goes wrong is if he gets injured, and hey, the NFL is a 100% injury league. Myers had his best season in the NFL after being influenced by Adams, so what would Trey Tucker and Dante Thornton be like after playing with Cooper? Are you buying his excitement? He has other great athletes around him at the skill positions. He has Smith, he has Carroll, he has Kelly. What's not to like about this? Thank you for watching. See you next time.